True love is like ghosts, which everyone talks about and few have seen. Hypocrisy is the homage vice pays to virtue. We are so accustomed to disguise ourselves to others that in the end we become disguised to ourselves. Absence diminishes mediocre passions and increases great ones, as the wind extinguishes candles and fans fires. Neither the sun nor death can be looked at with a steady eye. Passion makes idiots of the cleverest men, and makes the biggest idiots clever. A true friend is the greatest of all blessings, and that which we take the least care of all to acquire. Jealousy contains more of self-love than of love. One forgives to the degree that one loves. The defects and faults of the mind are like wounds in the body. After all imaginable care has been taken to heal them up, still there will be a scar left behind, and they are in continual danger of breaking the skin and bursting out again. We all have enough strength to endure the misfortunes of others. We promise according to our hopes and perform according to our fears. There is no disguise which can hide love for long where it exists, or simulate it where it does not. To know how to hide one's ability is great skill. However rare true love may be, it is less so than true friendship. If we had no faults of our own, we should not take so much pleasure in noticing those in others. We often forgive those who bore us, but we cannot forgive those whom we bore. There is only one kind of love, but there are 1,000 imitations. Nothing is impossible. There are ways that lead to everything, and if we had sufficient will, we should always have sufficient means. It is often merely for an excuse that we say things are impossible. In the misfortunes of our best friends we always find something not altogether displeasing to us. We always love those who admire us, but we do not always love those whom we admire. Good advice is something a man gives when he is too old to set a bad example. We are strong enough to bear the misfortunes of others. It is easier to be wise for others than for ourselves. If we are to judge of love by its consequences, it more nearly resembles hatred than friendship. The accent of one's birthplace remains in the mind and in the heart as in one's speech. To achieve greatness, one should live as if they will never die. Before we set our hearts too much upon anything, let us examine how happy they are who already possess it. Gratitude is merely the secret hope of further favors. It is a great act of cleverness to be able to conceal one's being clever. Everyone complains of his memory, and nobody complains of his judgment. We would frequently be ashamed of our good deeds if people saw all of the motives that produced them. Perfect valor is to do, without a witness, all that we could do before the whole world. Few people have the wisdom to prefer the criticism that would do them good to the praise that deceives them. A refusal of praise is a desire to be praised twice. He who lives without folly isn't so wise as he thinks. As great minds have the faculty of saying a great deal in a few words, so lesser minds have a talent of talking much and saying nothing. No man deserves to be praised for his goodness, who has it not in his power to be wicked. Goodness without that power is generally nothing more than sloth, or an impotence of will. The only thing that should surprise us is that there are still some things that can surprise us. The intellect is always fooled by the heart. Perfect courage is to do without witnesses what one would be capable of doing with the world looking on. We are more interested in making others believe we are happy than in trying to be happy ourselves. Nothing is so contagious as example, and we never do any great good or evil which does not produce its like. Most of our faults are more pardonable than the means we use to conceal them. We promise in proportion to our hopes, and we deliver in proportion to our fears. We confess our little faults to persuade people that we have no large ones. The happiness and misery of men depend no less on temper than fortune. If we resist our passions, it is more due to their weakness than our strength. As one grows older, one becomes wiser and more foolish. One can find women who have never had one love affair, but it is rare indeed to find any who have had only one. Mediocre minds usually dismiss anything which reaches beyond their own understanding. Our virtues are often, in reality, no better than vices disguised. No man is clever enough to know all the evil he does. On neither the sun nor death can a man look fixedly. We pardon to the extent that we love. How can we expect another to keep our secret if we have been unable to keep it ourselves? In friendship as well as love, ignorance very often contributes more to our happiness than knowledge. When we are in love, we often doubt that which we most believe. Perfect behavior is born of complete indifference. Old age is a tyrant who forbids, under pain of death, the pleasures of youth.